Live look at Capitol Hill, where negotiations are going nowhere over reopening the federal government.
And talk about local impact. Treasure Coast residents arriving in Washington less than 1 hour ago after a day-long trip.
Only to find the government shut down is slamming doors on them as they seek action on the toxic water crisis. And Brian Entin is live near our nation's capital for us tonight. Brian?
We are in Laurel, Maryland, where this bus of Treasure Coast water activists just arrived about 45 minutes ago. Take a look. They wanted to come outside the hotel despite how tired they are, to show people back home how riled up they are, how ready they are to take on the federal government tomorrow. They say they're optimistic. They're also frustrated that some key players are not going to be at the congressional meeting. A busload of Treasure Coast toxic water activists arrive in D.C. late tonight. That's on top of dozens more that flew in today, taking their frustration right to our nation's capital.
My mother said that they shut it down because they knew I was coming.
Carrie West is smiling, but she means business. For months, she's rallied on Facebook. Now she's in D.C.
It is the people's business, and whoever does not show up, we are going to broadcast that they are not cooperating.
The U.S. Corps of Engineers Assistant Secretary and her team doing a 180 since yesterday, now saying they will not be at the congressional hearing. They're blaming the government shutdown.
I find it very disturbing that they have several campgrounds open throughout the state of Florida, but they can't find the resources to make it to this meeting.
I guarantee you they're still dumping water tomorrow, so why can't they be there?
Congressman Murphy says even though the Army Corps of Engineers will not be at tomorrow's meeting here on Capitol Hill, other federal lawmakers will be, and he says that's just as important a part of the equation.
It looks like we're going to have quite a few people from the Florida delegation and members of Congress that are on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, which is very influential in the word of bill.
The hope now is that the shutdown will not keep those key congressmen away. After a long journey, the water activists are optimistic.
This gives you kind of that inspiration, because this is where it all happens. I mean, this is where the federal participation has to come into play.
We know we're going to get results. This is it. Talking is over. Time for action.
This group raising $8,000 to pay for the bus and the hotel rooms tonight. Again, there's way more of them that are inside right now. They're ready for the meeting tomorrow. What no one knows is what the outcome will be, but if you can tell from these folks, they are going to make sure their voice is heard loud and clear. Live in Laurel, Maryland, Brian Entin, WPTV News Channel 5.